Hi, Sheila from She's a Sassy Lady, and we're going to make a box. I had a couple emails and requests to make a box, so that's what we're going to do. So turn your gypsy on and let's get to work. 12 by 12 mat right here, and go to either George or Plantanin or Gypsy Wonders, whatever has a square on it. I always go to George because it's a nice, for me it's perfect. It's got all my basic shapes and that's what I need. I'm going to go to the shift, and right here is my square. Okay, and we're going to do a 2 by 2 box. Put your real size dial on right here so that it's highlighted, and change this to 2 inches. Okay, and let's make it a little bit bigger. We're going to go to wait a minute, 3 inches. Normally I make this ahead of time, and I didn't this time. I'm making it with you. Okay, we have 3 inches, and I want you to go to the advanced and make a copy. Move it over. We're going to move it up here. And make another copy. And we're going to move it over here. And make another copy. And you're going to move it over here. And another copy and move it over here. First thing we're going to do is line up our centers. Now, I want you to zoom in. To zoom in, push this button down. Okay, top button there. Hold it down, tap on your keyboard, and it'll zoom you in. Now what we need to do is line this up, and I'm going to use my ratio button here, and I am going to do my X, and I'm going to do it at 4.55. 4.55. Take my next box, make it at 4.55, and the next box also. I'm panning by holding down the lower button on the left, and we're going to change that to 4.55. Okay, now all of them, the left line is lined up. Now what you have to do is just overlap them just a little bit. And before I do that, I want to make sure that I'm going to change that to 4.552, I think. No, I'm going to leave it the way it is. I want to get that box so it sits right on top of the other, and we're there. And this box, I want it to get right with that center box and line it up, and all I'm doing is lining up the boxes, as you can see, and it's very hard to see in the thing. I know that, so please be patient, but you're lining up the boxes. See how the lines as I scoot them over, and you just want to bring it so it's just edge to edge. And let's zoom in a little bit more. See that edge there? And it's not quite just right. We want it just lined up perfect. And I'm going to have to zoom one more time, or I'm zoomed all the way. Okay. There we go. And then move it over to the left, just so that it's just overlapping just a little bit. Okay, now come up to this box here, and we want it overlapping, which it is. This box here, you want it overlapping just a hair, and it is. And this box here, see right here, it's not. And let me zoom in so you can see it. It's not even touching, nor is this one. Oh yeah, it is. Okay. Now we want to take and move it up just so it's overlapped just a hair. Okay, now we've got all the sides together. As you can see, this one may be a problem. See how we can see through it real easy? Let's take a closer look. And not sure what the problem is. This one's over a little bit too much too. There we go. Okay, zoom out. Now here's where we're going to find out. This is where the rubber meets the road. Put your highlight button on. Touch your center and go all the way around so that they are all highlighted. Now they're all grouped together. Go to your advanced key. And I don't want to do this yet. Never mind. We're going to back up. I ungrouped it. We have to have another little goodie here. See this in George? That's one of the reasons why I like George. We need a 3-inch of that. And not quite 3 inches. It'll be just short of 3 inches, probably at 2.75. Let's start with that and find out if that will work. Let's go 2.9. And what we're going to do is put it here. The box has to have a flap. You know how when you fold it over so it attaches? If you have the line and go like this, they're not going to attach. You have to have something where when you bring the piece up, it attaches. So you want a little flap that you can glue it to. And that's what we're going to do right now, is put a little flap. And you want just enough where you can glue it on. And we can actually make this a little bit larger, just a hair larger. There we go. And double check that it doesn't go. And here, see how it zooms up? I'm going to move it in a little bit, just so that it cuts a little better. Okay, now we're good. Now we could do 2 sides. We need one for here and one for over there. Okay, and what it's going to do is glue this side onto there. So what we're going to do is, and we need one for up there and one for over there. So what we're going to do is make a copy of this and bring it up. Move it over. Bring it up. Zoom. Okay, we've got it in place. We need to make a copy of that. And this one, let's move it up and just get it into place. Now we're going to flip it side to side and move it over so it goes over to the other edge. Did you see how I did that? Okay, now zoom out, copy that, line it up. I know that if I line it up on the width here, it's going to be perfect for the one down below. Okay, now drag it down. And notice I'm using the arrow keys. Zoom out and getting it into position. Zoom back in so we can line it up. Move out just a little bit. Perfect. Okay, now we go back to here's where the rubber meets the road. This is not going to be easy because you've got to go all the way around piece by piece, okay? So first thing we're going to do is hit the highlight button and we're going to use the center. Then we are going to use go left, 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 over, over. We now have it all. Did you see how I went all the way around starting from the left and moving over, and it looks like I missed this one right here, and I think I just got it. Okay, now we're going to go to the advance button, hit the weld, now hit the eyeball, and this is where we see whether we did it right or not. And we've got one wrong piece. That one piece I was worried about right over there. Do you see that? Let's zoom in so you can see how we can see the line. It's going to cut there, and it's not supposed to cut because that's a part of the box. We have to move it over to the right just a little bit. That's an easy fix. But always use that little eyeball so you can see. Undo the eyeball, tap on that one, oops, get off of it, tap on just the one, so you have to do twice, and zoom in and move it over just a hair. Now look at the eyeball. Perfect. Now we've got a good cut, and it's ready to cut. Let's save this, save as, box, shift lock, box, space, and we're going to go 3 by 3. Okay. Now we've got it. Perfect. Now, next one's going to be a little bit different because we have to do the lid. So we're going to go to layer 2, and we're going to leave that on there, but we're going to hide it so we don't have to look at it. We're going to grab another box again, and we want it 3 by 3. So let's go 3 inches.
That's 147,000.
Just a minute, please. Okay, back to this 3 inches. And actually think about this. If we do 3 inches, the lid's going to fit just perfect on there. We want it a little bit larger. Okay, that's a 3-inch box, so we're going to take it to a 3.20. So it's not quite a 1/4 of an inch larger. Let's look at a 3. Wait, I know what we're going to do. Let's make another one. Set it right on top of each other. Okay, it's totally disappeared. See how it's yellow? Let's take the top one and zoom. Boom. Look at that. Yeah, I think that's fine. That size is the perfect size. 3.24. Let's change this to 3.20 and see what it looks like. 322, 321, 320. Yeah, we're going to leave it at 320. I think that's the size we want. 320. Just what I thought it would be. Okay. Oops. And let's get rid of that 3. Now, 320 is the figure that we need. And we'll go back to George. We need a little box like that. We are going to make it 3.20. And how big is our width? It's about an inch. That's about right. Okay. 3.20. Okay, we need 4 of these. And you set it up just like the box. Identical to the box, okay? So now 3.20, and this, we've got that. Let's make another copy. We've got it set on there. And why am I not lining up just right? 3.20. Width is 0.96, 3.20. Okay, let's line up the top ratios. I just don't like the way it's lining up. Okay, 446, 446, 446. Okay, all the tops are lined up. Now what we need to do is make 2 more of these boxes. Copy. On this one, you're going to take this little swirl key here, right there, and you're going to turn it. See how I turn that box? Tap off of it, bring it up, and it's going to fit right up here. Then we're going to take that and make a duplicate of it and bring it down here. Now you do the same thing where you just get them into place. Oops, I've got it way out there. Bring it in, just so it's over the line. Bring it in. Oops. I moved from that 446. I moved the wrong thing. That's why I went in. Okay. Now, our box isn't quite like a cross now. The reason being is we've got a 0.96 is the width, the overhang of the box. Now what we need is little tabs here to glue the lid on. And again, we're going to grab this. And this time we're going to do a 0.95 on the height. It's at 1.0. We need to drop it down to 9.5 because it's actually, remember, it came out to a 9.6. So we take the little tab, zoom in, and we bring it right here, and we line that tab up. And with the little pieces like this, you really need to zoom so you can see real good. Okay? And we need another one of these, so I'm going to make a copy. And with this one, I'm going to line it up. And I'm going to flip it sideways and move it over to the side. Pan, move it over a little bit. And keep coming across. Till I get it in there. Now I want another one of these, so I'm going to make a copy. Bring it over. And I'm going to bring it up. And we're going to make this a decorator box. We'll put a hole in the lid. Okay, we want another one of these. Make a copy. Flip it to, or let's get it lined up first. Flip it to the right so it's going the right direction. Now one thing I want to check, I'm going over just a little hair, see that right at the top there? So I want to bring that down just a touch. And I want to check all my edges to make sure, and I've got it up on this one. I need to bring it over just a little, there we go. And just double check your edges to make sure that that lines up so that you don't have at the top or the edge of the box and then have a little piece hanging there. You don't want that, that would look tacky. So do a close-up, you know, zoom in so you can actually see what's going on and then get it lined up just so. Okay, now we've got all the pieces. Okay, I want you to go back to the highlight button, highlight, and then start with the center. And then start and the top left, grab that little tag, the next tag, the little tag, the next tag, the little tag. Ooh, I don't think I have that one. The little tag, the next box, little tag, next box. Okay, we have them all. See? Go to the Advance button, weld, little eyeball, and look at that. Perfect lid, except for one thing. We're going to put a little design in the center. It's not Halloween time. It's not Valentine's. It's we're past the 4th of July. We got Labor Day coming up. It's kind of a fall season. We got back to school starting out. Let's see if we can't find an apple. Or an apple's kind of hard because it's hard to see. Well, let's do a search for an apple. Let's see if we can find a good looking apple. You can pick out anything that you want. Or you know what? Let's stick with that. We've got George up here. We'll just put a simple little star. Or no, we're not even going to do a star. We're not even going to do a star. Let's do a circle. Backspace. We'll do a square. Another square inside the square. Put that in the center. Make sure it looks like it's in the center, and it does. We'll make it a little bit larger. And then we've got, that's going to cut a hole. So let's weld it to the rest of it. So we're going to go to the basic key, grab that, highlight, grab that, weld, eyeball. See how it's going to cut a circle now in the lid? And look at, good thing I did that because now I must have touched something because that one lid moved over. Move over just a hair. Look again. Okay. Ooh, we got a problem. Okay, now I got it. I had moved it too far and it turned all the lines gray. So you always want to use that little eyeball because that's going to check to show you so you know exactly how it's going to cut. So I want you to always check that. Okay, now take off that eyeball and let's just look at the size of this. It's a 1.94 and we know our lid is 3 inches. Let's go just a square box, or here, let me move this over. That's going to be on a cardstock, but on this here we're going to use another box, and I want that at 2.5 inches, and all I want it for is so that I can cut a piece of acetate, and we'll put acetate on there, glued on. Okay, that's simple. We've got a box. Hit your save button. Get it cut out and let's see what it looks like, okay? I can't wait to see your box, and you can design it any way you want. I'm going to keep mine simple. Too oftentimes I just stick a little gift in there and I stick a bow on the top, or I use some tulle, something like that, to tie around the box. Sometimes I'll just leave it simple. Sometimes I put flowers on it. Whatever you want to do, I want to see what your box looks like. I will get mine cut out and then we'll put it together and see how it looks. Thanks for joining us this morning at She's a Sassy Lady. Be sure to watch the second video so you can see how to put this together. Bye now.